you're going to have great power. And with great power goes a greater responsibility.
I can look forward to a life of stealing babies in the middle of the night and killing chickens. Fearing full moons, dodging silver bullets. Well, thank you, Dad, but no thanks.
Don't believe all that stuff you see in the movies. With certain obvious exceptions, werewolves are people just like anyone else.
Teen Wolf is a 1985 supernatural teen comedy film directed by Rod Daniel that would find large box office success. In fictional Beacon Town, Nebraska, 17-year-old Scott Howard, played by Michael J. Fox, spends most of his time playing basketball for his high school's unsuccessful team, the Beavers. Living with his father Harold, played by James Hampton, Scott drools and fawns over popular blonde Pamela Wells, played by Lori Griffin.
I'm sorry. I've got the stuff that you ordered.
Wait, are you from the hardware store?
Yeah. Pamela? Excuse me. Are you going to the party tonight? Because, if you are, I'd like to give you a ride.
The paint. My paint. A can of cocoa. A can of mauve. Am I right?
Right.
Kirk, how was my reading?
Beautiful, darling. Very sensual. I'm still in pain. Thank you.
You're welcome. Listen, about tonight. I'm serious. I'd like to take you. I got a van.
Hope your acting's better than your hook shot, boy.
I already have a ride.
Or maybe you were just acting like a basketball player.
He just delivers hardware, Mick.
Well, then maybe you should get back to delivering it. Come on.
Scott begins to notice some physical changes with himself, such as long hair sprouting out of his chest. In the meantime, he is completely oblivious to the affections of his childhood friend, Lisa Marconi, affectionately known as Boof, played by Susan Ursitti.
Am I all right? I mean, is there anything wrong with me?
You should probably shower after basketball.
I do.
No, there's nothing wrong with you.
Well, then, why won't Pamela Wells say 2 words to me?
You can do a lot better than Pamela Wells.
Like who?
Don't you have to be at work?
Hey, did I say something wrong?
No, see you at the party, okay?
At a party with his friend Stiles, played by Jerry Levine, and Lewis, played by Matt Adler, Scott winds up in a makeout closet with Boof.
It's kind of funny that you got me.
I lied. I got Malcolm.
Oh, Malcolm's a good guy.
You can come a little closer. Promise I won't bite.
Scott continues to rebuff her advances, thinking of her as a friend. Nevertheless, he still makes out with her. He accidentally claws her.
Hey, your fingernails!
I think they're dead. Hey, there's only one way to find out.
Returning home, Scott sees himself transform into a werewolf.
Jeez Louise.
Can I come in?
No, Dad.
Scott Howard, this is your father speaking. Now open this door right this minute.
Okay, Dad. You asked for it.
His father, Harold, also a werewolf, explains that it is a family curse.
An explanation is probably long overdue.
An explanation? Jesus Christ, Dad, an explanation? Look at me. Look at you.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Wait a minute, Dad. I mean, you knew about this? You knew about this and you didn't tell me?
I was hoping I wouldn't have to. Sometimes it skips a generation. I was hoping it would pass you by.
Well, Dad, it didn't pass me by. It landed on my face.
His dad tries to calm Scott's concerns and insists that he will be able to live a relatively normal life. Despite trying to keep it a secret, Scott eventually tells his best friend Stiles.
I gotta talk to someone. Wait a minute, are you gonna tell me you're a fag? I mean, if you're gonna tell me you're a fag, I don't think I can handle it. No, I'm not a fag. I'm a werewolf.
When Scott stresses out on the court, he transforms into the wolf and helps his team win their first game in 3 years. The school becomes thrilled after the victory and becomes accepting of Scott's physical transformation. While the high school is overwhelmed with wolf fever, Scott is also alienated from Boof and his friend Lewis, who becomes scared of him. The basketball team goes on a winning streak, but his teammates begin to resent him as he starts to hog the ball during all of the games. Pamela begins paying attention to Scott, and she seduces him in a dressing room, where they have sex.
What happened to the wolf?
Do you just change back and forth whenever you feel like it?
Sure. Well, sometimes I have to get kind of worked up to be the wolf, but it's not too hard.
What do you think about? To get worked up?
Different things.
Wolves aren't supposed to be shy.
Pamela, what are you doing?
You are an animal.
Later on a real date, Scott is disappointed to discover that Pamela was only interested in Scott to make her boyfriend jealous. Will Scott decide to be himself, or will the werewolf affect his friends and date life permanently?
Will you go with me to the dance?
Yes. On one condition. You take me to the dance.
I thought we just established that.
You, Scott Howard, not the wolf.
No. Look, I've got to be the wolf. I mean, that's what everyone expects.
Is that what you want?
Everybody likes the wolf. All right, almost everybody. You said it yourself. I mean, if I go as Scott Howard, I'm going to be average. I mean, damn it, why do I have to be like everybody else?
That's not a problem for you anymore.
Jeff Loeb was hired to write this movie because the studio Atlantic Entertainment Group, after the surprising success of the 1983 film Valley Girl, wanted to make a comedy that would cost almost nothing and take very little time to film. Co-screenwriters Jeff Loeb and Matthew Weissman interviewed several directors for the movie. They asked the directors what they thought the movie was about. Almost all of them said about a werewolf. Rod Daniel was the only one who said it was about a father and a son, and he got the job. The house where Scott and Boof stop outside to talk about going to the dance is the same house where George McFly lives in the hit 1985 film Back to the Future. Rod Daniel went to Nebraska, where the movie is set, to interview teenagers about partying. The interviews inspired many of the scenes. Despite being set in Nebraska, the movie was filmed in California. The entire production took only 21 days in November and December 1984. Michael J. Fox did not care for this film, so much so that he refused to return for the 1987 sequel. Michael J. Fox's fame was rising steadily during filming due to the increasing success of the hit NBC sitcom Family Ties. By the end of production, Fox needed more security than he did at the beginning. James Hampton asked Rod Daniel for help defining his character. Daniel told him, "You play a guy who knows how to make a casserole." Lisa Boof Marconi was based on one of the writer's high school girlfriends. That really was her name. Jerry Levine said that decades later he's still known all over the world for playing Stiles. He said that one time a fan of the film recognized him at the Western Wall in Jerusalem. The werewolf makeup took nearly 4 hours to apply, but it only took James Hampton 30 seconds to rip it off. It made him feel claustrophobic. At one point, his character, Harold Howard, says to his son Scott, "With great power comes an even greater responsibility." which is an expression usually associated with Spider-Man. Screenwriter Jeff Loeb was also a comic book writer who wrote Spider-Man comics. According to director Rod Daniel, when test audiences first saw James Hampton playing Scott's dad as a werewolf, they went insane. He said the laughter was so loud, it obliterated the entire next minute of the film. In Brazil, this movie was released after Back to the Future, so it was titled Garoto do Futuro, or Boy from the Future, even though the plot has nothing to do with time travel whatsoever. The movie was delayed from its original spring 1985 release date because of Back to the Future, which would go on to become the biggest movie of the year and a blockbuster for Universal. Atlantic Releasing Corporation wanted to capitalize on Michael J. Fox's newfound stardom. Teen Wolf grossed a total of $80 million on a $4 million budget. This made the film a huge success. The movie would inspire an animated cartoon series that would air for 2 seasons on CBS from 1986 to 1987. James Hampton would voice the role of the dad, Harold, whom he played in the film. I first saw this movie when I was really young. I actually think I remember when it was. I want to say it was on the ABC Family Night movie in 1994.
Saturday, Michael J. Fox is an ordinary teen. Well, kinda. Michael J. Fox is Teen Wolf, a movie the whole family will love on the ABC Family Movie Saturday.
I think I taped it that night in 1994 and had the VHS, but I really remembered very little of it until I saw it again decades later in late 2020. It is a good movie. It feels very 1980s, and Michael J. Fox is great as always. James Hampton is great. I like the characters, and the music does give it a real 1985 feel. I don't think it's as good as other Michael J. Fox films like Back to the Future or Doc Hollywood, but I will go ahead and give 8 stars to Teen Wolf.